Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about gluconeogenesis. If we break term gluconeogenesis, then gluco means glucose, neo means new, genesis means formation. That is formation of new glucose. But from where? This time glucose formation is from non-carbohydrate compounds. Why from non-carbohydrate compounds? Because when our body feeling deficient in glucose and there is no proper carbohydrate source to make required glucose, then non-carbohydrates start forming glucose, and this pathway is called as gluconeogenesis. Many substrates are used in gluconeogenesis. Some of them are lactate, pyruvate, glucogenic amino acids, propionate, and glycerol. Gluconeogenesis mainly occurs in cytosol of cell, and if we talk about the organ, it mostly occurs in liver. 90% of gluconeogenesis takes place in liver. After that in kidney. Next, what is the importance of gluconeogenesis? Our organs and cells like brain, erythrocyte, testes, kidney, medulla, these are dependent on glucose for their energy supply. And skeletal muscles also use glucose at rapid rate during exertion. In fasting stage, when we have not sufficient carbohydrates, then non-carbohydrates starts forming glucose and meet our essential requirements for the survival. And it's also helpful in preventing the accumulation of certain metabolites like lactate, glycerol, and propionate, because these metabolites start converting into glucose in gluconeogenesis pathway. Many pathways are involved in gluconeogenesis like reversal of glycolysis, TCA cycle or Krebs cycle, and some special reactions like Cori cycle and glucose alanine cycle. Let's discuss these cycles one by one. Firstly, we take reversal of glycolysis. Here is glycolysis. We have already studied about glycolysis, that is glucose to glucose 6-phosphate, then fructose 6-phosphate and fructose 1,6-biphosphate, then splitting and so on up to pyruvate. This is the pathway of glycolysis. And I have already told you this is reversal of glycolysis. So if we start from pyruvate and go downside to upside, then it is gluconeogenesis. So that's why it is reversal of glycolysis. But in glycolysis, most of the steps are reversible, but 3 steps are irreversible. So all the cycle of glycolysis for gluconeogenesis remains same except 3 steps of these irreversible reactions. First, glucose to glucose 6-phosphate, or in terms of gluconeogenesis, that is from glucose 6-phosphate to glucose. And second one is from fructose 1,6-biphosphate to fructose 6-phosphate. And third is phosphoenol pyruvate to pyruvate. If cycle is starting from downside, so our first step is this one, second is this one, and third is this one. Let's discuss these steps one by one. Our first step is conversion of pyruvate to phosphoenol pyruvate. Here is pyruvate, and we are discussing about conversion of pyruvate into phosphoenol pyruvate. For converting into phosphoenol pyruvate, pyruvate firstly converts into oxaloacetate with the help of enzyme pyruvate carboxylase and use 1 ATP. After that, oxaloacetate converts into phosphoenol pyruvate with the help of enzyme phosphoenol pyruvate carboxykinase and use a GTP. Our second step is fructose 1,6-biphosphate to fructose 6-phosphate. As pyruvate converts into phosphoenol pyruvate, then all the steps are reversible, and this ends here. fructose 1,6 biphosphate. From fructose 1,6 biphosphate to fructose 6-phosphate is irreversible step. So this reaction stops here and it needs a special enzyme other than glycolysis. So here enzyme is fructose 1,6 biphosphatase, which converts fructose 1,6 biphosphate into fructose 6-phosphate. After that our third steps comes, that is glucose 6-phosphate to glucose. The enzyme acts as glucose 6-phosphatase and converts glucose 6-phosphate to ग्लूकोज. जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि रिवर्सल ऑफ ग्लाइकोलिसिस है, तो हमें सेम पहले अपने ग्लाइकोलिसिस की साइकिल लिखनी है. ग्लाइकोलिसिस की साइकिल लिखने के बाद हमें इसको यहाँ से ग्लूकोनियोजेनेसिस स्टार्ट करना है. तो अगर हम इसको पायरुवेट से स्टार्ट करेंगे तो ये हमारा हो जाएगा ग्लूकोनियोजेनेसिस. अब सबसे पहले आता है हमारे पास पायरुवेट. पायरुवेट की कन्वर्जन होगी फॉस्फोइनोल पायरुवेट में. ये फॉस्फोइनोल पायरुवेट से जब पायरुवेट में कन्वर्ट हो रहा था तब हमारे पास ग्लाइकोलिसिस में पायरुवेट काइनेज एंजाइम थी. लेकिन ये स्टेप जो है वो इरिवर्सिबल है कि पायरुवेट फॉस्फोइनोल पायरुवेट में अपने आप कन्वर्ट नहीं हो सकता. तो इसके लिए हमें एक स्पेशल एंजाइम यूज करनी पड़ेगी. सबसे पहले इसको कन्वर्ट करेंगे ऑक्सैलो एसीटेट में विद द हेल्प ऑफ पायरुवेट कार्बोक्सिलेज एंजाइम एंड यहाँ पर एक एटीपी यूज होगा. आफ्टर दैट जो ऑक्सैलो एसीटेट है वो हमारा कन्वर्ट होगा फॉस्फोइनोल पायरुवेट में with the help of phosphoenol pyruvate carboxykinase enzyme and use a GTP here. उसके बाद जितने भी हमारे स्टेप्स हैं ग्लाइकोलिसिस के वो सेम हैं, वैसे ही वहाँ पर सभी एंजाइम्स हैं क्योंकि ये सारे रिवर्सिबल स्टेप्स हैं. तो जब ये रिवर्सिबल स्टेप्स हैं तो ये यहाँ पर आ जाएगा फ्रक्टोज 1,6 बाइफॉस्फेट तक. यहाँ पर ये आकर क्यों रुक जाएगा, क्योंकि फ्रक्टोज 6-फॉस्फेट तक ये इरिवर्सिबल रिएक्शन थी ग्लाइकोलिसिस की. तो यहाँ पर एक स्पेशल एंजाइम हमें यूज करनी पड़ेगी. फ्रक्टोज 1,6 बाइफॉस्फेटेज हम यूज करेंगे फ्रक्टोज 6-फॉस्फेट बनाने के लिए. आफ्टर दैट फ्रक्टोज 6-फॉस्फेट और ग्लूकोज 6-फॉस्फेट फिर से हमारे पास रिवर्सिबल रिएक्शन है. तो ग्लूकोज 6-फॉस्फेट बन गया. अब ग्लूकोज 6-फॉस्फेट बनाने के लिए फिर से एक एंजाइम यूज करनी पड़ेगी क्योंकि ये स्टेप भी हमारे पास रिवर्सिबल नहीं था. तो यहाँ पर हमने एंजाइम यूज करी ग्लूकोज 6-फॉस्फेट. दैट्स हाउ इट इज रिवर्सल ऑफ ग्लाइकोलिसिस. Now we will discuss how it is involving Krebs cycle. Pyruvate converts into oxaloacetate and oxaloacetate is a substrate of Krebs cycle. So here it is also part of Krebs cycle. Pyruvate converts into oxaloacetate and then oxaloacetate converts into phosphoenol pyruvate. Now we'll discuss about our special reactions like Corey's reactions and glucose alanine reaction. What happens in Corey's reaction? Corey's cycle. Corey's cycle was given by Corey scientist. She explains that in muscles, in anaerobic glycolysis, the dead end product of glucose is lactate. Then this lactate transfers to liver through blood and converts into pyruvate. After that, this pyruvate converts into glucose. Then this glucose transfer to muscles again through blood, and then this glucose transfer into pyruvate, after that lactate. So this cycle continues and this cycle is called as Corey cycle. What is the significance of this cycle? Counteracts lactic acidosis in muscles, that it prevents formation of or accumulation of lactic acid in muscles. Next is glucose alanine cycle. Alanine is amino acid, and alanine is also forming in muscles from the pyruvate. Pyruvate converts into two substrates, that is lactate and alanine. Alanine with the help of enzyme transaminase. Then alanine transfer through blood to the liver, and then alanine converts into pyruvate and then glucose. After that, this glucose transfers to muscles, then converts into pyruvate and then alanine. Then cycle goes on. So we have discussed about our two precursor or substrates of gluconeogenesis. First is lactate, pyruvate and alanine. Next is how gluconeogenesis takes place from the substrate glycerol. the glycerol converts into glycerol phosphate and then into dihydroxyacetone phosphate. And you know that dihydroxyacetone phosphate is substrate in glycolysis in splitting phase, and this dihydroxyacetone phosphate converts into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate with the help of enzyme isomerase. Thus glycerol takes part in gluconeogenesis. In this image you can see that different substrates are entering in gluconeogenesis and their entering points are given here. Like glycerol converts into dihydroxyacetone phosphate and which converts into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Acetone and lactate converts into pyruvate and enters into gluconeogenesis. And amino acids converts into alpha ketoglutarate, succinyl coenzyme A, fumarate and oxaloacetate, and then finally all these substrates of Krebs cycles convert into oxaloacetate. Thus amino acids enter into gluconeogenesis by these pathways. And one of our substrate is propionate. Propionate converts into propionyl coenzyme A and enters via succinyl coenzyme A and converts into oxaloacetate. This is the summary of our precursors entering into gluconeogenesis. Now we will take a review on energy investment in gluconeogenesis. In very first step, that is pyruvate converts into oxaloacetate and takes 1 ATP. As we know, 2 pyruvate molecules are generated from 1 glucose in glycolysis, then 2 pyruvate molecules convert into oxaloacetate and use 2 ATP here. After that 2 oxaloacetates convert into 2 phosphoenol pyruvate and use 2 GTP here. So total are 4. After that 3-phosphoglycerate when converts into 1,3-biphosphoglycerate, it takes 1 ATP and 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate. So here are 2 ATPs used. In total 6 ATPs are required for generation of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. And 4 new enzymes other than glycolysis are used in this cycle. First is pyruvate carboxylase, second is phosphoenol pyruvate carboxykinase, and third is fructose 1,6-biphosphate, and fourth is fructose 1,6-phosphatase. That's all about our energy investment in gluconeogenesis. Now we'll discuss about regulation of gluconeogenesis. There are some factors which stimulates and inhibit the gluconeogenesis. First is glucagon. Glucagon stimulates gluconeogenesis by 2 methods. First is when phosphoenol pyruvate converts into pyruvate in glycolysis, then their enzyme is pyruvate kinase. Glucagon inhibits this pyruvate kinase and turns into inactive form. Then reduced activity of pyruvate kinase results in formation of phosphoenol pyruvate in large amount. This phosphoenol pyruvate starts going back and form glucose. And second mechanism is in gluconeogenesis, fructose 1,6-biphosphate is converting into fructose 6-phosphate. Glucagon stimulates fructose 1,6-biphosphatase enzyme and stimulates fructose, and thus how help in gluconeogenesis. And in glycolysis, the same substrates but enzyme is different, that is phosphofructokinase. Glucagon inhibits phosphofructokinase and stimulates gluconeogenesis. Second is amino acids. Amino acids also stimulates gluconeogenesis. Acetyl coenzyme also stimulates gluconeogenesis, but alcohol inhibits gluconeogenesis because the substrates of gluconeogenesis like pyruvate and oxaloacetates were used in alcohol intoxication in large amount. Thus, it prevents or inhibits gluconeogenesis. Thank you.